What a joke, an embarrassment, a pathetic disgrace. Final year for Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens on the Hall of Fame ballot, and the writers, the gatekeepers, the morality police keep Bonds and Clemens out, but put Big Papi in. The hey, look at me frauds draw a line in the sand on performance-enhancing drugs, but they put a player in on the first ballot who failed a drug test in 2003, according to a New York Times report in 2009. Not BuzzFeed, not a blog, the New York Times. You people make me sick. Seriously, to take someone's legacy and turn it into a popularity contest is flat out wrong. To twist the narratives, it's shameful. Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player ever. And look, if you disagree, he's at least in the same breath as Aaron and Mays and Ruth, and that means he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. Should have been in 10 years ago. Yes, I get it. I know he used performance-enhancing drugs. I read The Game of Shadows. It's literally right behind me. He was jealous of the attention on McGuire and Sosa in 98, and he used. And I hate that he did, but he did. Barry Bonds is a home run champ. You know how I know that? Because he hit the most home runs ever. Look at the board. Look at the board. There's no asterisk. Most home runs in baseball history, 762. Most in a single season, 2001, 73. No asterisk. No asterisk. Won the MVP 7 times. He was intentionally walked 678 times. 373 more than the next guy. Unreal speed and defense. And by the way, baseball let him coach after he played. He was allowed back in the clubhouse. He's the reason why the Giants have a new stadium. The difference between Bonds and Ortiz was personality. None of that should matter. Bonds was a jerk. Papi, great smile, great personality. If Bonds sat next to Kevin Burkhardt on television, he'd be in the Hall of Fame, would have been in 10 years ago. Shame, shame, shame. And you know what the shame is? It also ruins Big Papi's moment. Don't let my Bonds take interfere with my Big Papi take. Big Papi is the first ballot Hall of Famer. Big Papi turned the Red Sox from annual losers into a juggernaut. He reversed the curse. Of course he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But Bonds has to wait 10 years? Come on. Roger Clemens waits 10 years? Come on. Roger Clemens won 7 Cy Youngs. 7. He's an all-time great right-handed pitcher. An all-timer. The feel, the nuggets of domination, they're off the charts. Don't you dare tell me my era of baseball didn't exist. I'm 44 years old. These are my guys. I know the era was flawed, but it happened. Bud Selig is in? Come on. He turned a blind eye to literally everything getting bigger. The home run totals, the advertising dollars, the attendance in the ballparks, and the players' size of their heads. Literally, he's in the Hall of Fame. There are already players in the Hall of Fame who you believe, I believe, have used performance-enhancing drugs. And Papi should be in, but not ahead of Bonds and Clemens. It's shameful. It's sad. It's predictable. We've been talking about this since Big Papi retired. Another example of how baseball destroys baseball. Aaron Rodgers gave us the time frame for his decision on his future yesterday on Pat McAfee's show on Mad Dog Sports Radio. And he wants Davante Adams taken care of too. This is all kind of a huge deal here, as you can slap the franchise tag on a ball player between February the 22nd and March 8th. Rodgers made it clear that Davante Adams doesn't want the franchise tag, and Adams has hinted at that as well. And of course, Davante Adams, 17 as Rodgers calls him, he wants to be the highest paid receiver in the NFL, make more money than DeAndre Hopkins. And he deserves it. Rodgers set it up that he would return to Green Bay if the Packers are committed to winning, and that means committing to Davante Adams long term. And Rodgers would have to get long-term guaranteed new money too. Think 2 years, 100 mil, or 3 years, 150 mil, all guaranteed. Oh, by the way, did I mention Packers are $44.8 million over the salary cap. So there's a question, legit question, on whether or not this is possible. And that's all on this guy, Brian Gutekunst. And the Rodgers relationship with Goonie, better than ever. Rodgers told me that a few weeks ago on the Schein podcast, and I believe that. I do believe that it's better, and as Rodgers told me, they have met in the middle. But I also think there's perspective on the comments he made to me. You know, at the time, Rodgers thought they were making the Super Bowl, and then everyone gets paid and they run it back. Now, let's be honest, there is totally a different feel. And Rodgers said to Pat McAfee on Mad Dog Sports Radio that he wouldn't drag this out. I think it's 50-50. He's going to play. I don't think he's going to retire. I think it's 50-50 Packers-Broncos. I think the biggest clue on Rodgers' future is going to be how they address Davante Adams. It's only everything for whether or not Rodgers finishes his career in Green Bay. Anthony Davis is back in a related story. The Lakers are back in the win column. Now, I'm not ready to say the Lakers are back. Going to need a little more evidence than beating James Harden and a bunch of nobodies. But this is a needed start. And AD is kind of everything. And so is his health. The flawed roster can work if AD is AD. The big three won't win a title like I believed preseason. I'm already admitting I was dead wrong on that, clearly, but I think they can function and be significantly better than they were the first few months of the season. LeBron James playing out of his mind. He had a couple of consecutive steals and monster jams. LeBron is awesome. His play is awesome. James still playing at a king kind of level. And I am thrilled that the unfair discussion of firing Frank Vogel has gone away for now. Look, it's the Lakers. The glare is always bright. They got to win the games coming up. I need to see more. But having Anthony Davis healthy is the first step and a huge development. The New York Football Giants and their strong commitments to quarterback Daniel Jones. Joe Schein was introduced today officially as the Giants' new general manager, and he made it crystal clear that whoever the new coach is will be coaching Daniel Jones. They're not moving on. They're not bringing in a new quarterback. We'll build an offense to accentuate what Daniel Jones does best. What does he do best? Fumble? Trip all over himself? Lose games? I mean, 49 giveaways in 3 seasons. Should have never been picked with the 6th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. He has been a losing quarterback, a losing ball player. Giants offense has been downright offensive. I do think that there were some positives from the Joe Schein news conference today. By the way, he did acknowledge he cap held that the team is in. So if you're a Giants fan, nice parting gift from Dave Gettleman. Good job. The owner, John Mara, talked to the press, and he said they will not be trading for Deshaun Watson, and you could cross him off the board for the Giants based upon their aforementioned cap situation and the legal situation with Deshaun Watson as well. So they're all in here with Daniel Jones. Otherwise, I thought it was a great day for Joe Schein. I love the hire. I've been a fan for a long time. Giants finally joined the football world with a smart, insightful general manager. I can't wait to see who he hires as the head coach. I think that obviously Brian Daboll makes a lot of sense. Brian Flores makes a lot of sense. Those would be my top 2 names if I'm Joe Schein, if I'm a Giants fan, Daboll and Flores. But Daniel Jones, committing to him, that's where hope goes to die. Here's some interesting news you can use from the NFL, where Michigan defensive coordinator Mike Macdonald is expected to leave Michigan and return to the Ravens. He's going to be their defensive coordinator, and he spent 6 seasons under John Harbaugh. Definitely one of those things that makes you go, First of all, I would love this for Baltimore. But to me, the big story, he's going from one Harbaugh to another. So, does he know something that's not public about Jim Harbaugh leaving Michigan, going to the NFL? I made the case on numerous occasions for weeks on Time to Shine. Now is the time for Jim Harbaugh to go to the NFL, specifically to the Raiders. Just one of those things that makes you go, How about some news you can use for the Baseball Hall of Fame, where Curt Schilling received only 58% of the vote in his final year of eligibility, and now he's off the ballot. Curt Schilling is a horrible human being. That should not matter when it comes to his resume. Look at his record and his ERA in the postseason. Ask a Red Sox fan, ask a Diamondbacks fan. Curt Schilling is one of the best big game pitchers in the history of baseball. Curt Schilling should have been in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Love him or loathe him, and I loathe him, but he should have been in the Baseball Hall of Fame a long time ago. Some news you could use from the NBA, where the LA Clippers overcame a 35-point deficit to beat the Wizards. Wow, this is one of the greatest comebacks in NBA history. Luke Kennard scored the 7 points in the final 9 seconds, including a wild shot and one. Are you kidding me? If I'm a Wizards fan, boy, that is an absolute joke. Some news you can use from college hoops from my guy Mick Cronin and the UCLA Bruins. Handed number 3 Arizona their first conference loss of the season last night. UCLA once again looking like a Final Four team. I picked UCLA to win this game. I love UCLA, and I picked UCLA, as you know, preseason to win the whole thing, and I still think that's going to happen. I can't wait for the NCAA tournament.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.